Hi, everybody. I'm Donald Clark. How is everyone? Well, you know what? It's a couple days after Halloween here in upstate New York. And when I say this, I mean it. Every year, a week after Halloween, it snows. And it snowed on Halloween this year. So we are right on track for fall and winter. And most importantly, my title to today is A Time of Yin. And so what happens is we're going into the dark period, right? This is when it starts to get dark. And daylight savings is this weekend. So we're really going to see the shift now from the yang to the yin. And this is the transition, right, that we've all been building in. And so here we go. So what is yin, right? What is yang? What is yang and yin? So yin is the opposite of yang, right? And this is where harmony and balance comes in. It's good to have a little bit of both. But so from now until the spring equinox is really the time of yin, and so it's the end of the growing season, right? It's the end of early morning light. Well, I should say early morning light comes back gradually, but it's the end of evening afternoon light. It's when we enter the period in which it starts to get dark very early. And it has been dark, especially in the mornings, but that's why they do daylight savings, right, to adjust it. And so yin, is a time of cold, a time of quiet, a time of introspective, um, a time of wet as compared to dry. And it's dark, right? It's time as compared to light. So during these winter days, weeks, and months ahead, this is when we start to really focus on building our energy, right? It's when everything goes back to the roots, right? Trees drop leaves, all the energy goes back to the roots, right? We're depending on our root to get us through. And so hopefully during the time of yang in the summer, spring and summer, we built up so much energy. Um, we harvested so much energy, but we expelled so much energy too in growth that now, come fall and winter, it all goes back to the root again. We need to harness and build our chi and our energies this winter during the period of yin so that we can blossom and sprout and grow again in the spring and summer. So, in Chinese medicine, one of the organ systems that are responsible for our roots, our core strength, is our kidneys, right? And so those are our two little battery packs in our body, is our kidney strength. And so we build, energy and save it and store it in in between both kidneys, right in the core, right in the center of our bodies. And so that's where, when we breathe in, we hold the energy in our core, down by our kidneys and our lower abdomen, in between our lower abdomen and our lower back. That's where we hold all of our energy. And so that's what we need to start thinking about, is going inside, slowing down, meditating, doing yoga, doing those very chi building exercises, those very self nurturing routines that are going to give us strength. Because let's face it, winter is tough. It's cold, it's windy. The odds of you slipping and falling any time of year is higher in the winter, right? Because of all the ice. So we need to stay strong. We need to stay out of the wind. We need to protect ourselves. That's why we have big jackets on, and hoods, and and all of that. Our life shifts as we get into winter. In the northern hemisphere, it's a little different than in the southern hemisphere, but even so, doesn't matter. It's still colder than it normally is in the summer. So, some of the things that you can do, right? So, I encourage everybody to, try to meditate, try to slow down, don't overextend ourselves, do yoga, do energy building exercises. It's a time of warmth, right? Eat warm foods, sit by fires whenever you can. Light a candle, really acknowledge the flame inside of us and the flame outside of us. There's something very whole about that. And, you know, do those things. High fat foods, right? So you often see, I, once in a while I'll watch these survival shows on television. And as they go into winter, it's all about fat, right? It's all about who can get as much fat stored so that they can get through the harshness of winter. So high fat foods, right? Eat lots of high fat foods, lots of creams and cheeses and butters and meats. What that's going to do is it's going to give you the strength and the insulation and the power to burn that into heat to help keep you going, right? And it's going to keep you stronger. It's going to give you the core essence that you need in the time of yin to stay strong, right? Yin is when you need to stay very healthy because um, it's the cold that can seep in and the wind that can seep in to cause problems, right? So cold and flu season happens usually in the fall and the winter for a lot of reasons. Mostly we're just shut up. We're shut indoors, and viruses can multiply and circulate quite readily. But it's also because we're subject to so much cold and wind that it breaks down our defenses, our external chi, which is what keeps us strong. So stay strong throughout this period of yin, and it's gonna pay forward so much because you're gonna feel so much better about it. Try to keep yourself active. I'm sure you've all heard the term um, cabin fever, and if not, cabin fever is when you've been locked up inside too long and you start to get a little crazy. Go outside, exercise, do some winter activities. I'm telling you, if you don't do winter activities in upstate New York, you got a long few months ahead of you. And learn to ice skate, snowshoe, ski, go sledding. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. And people, kind of roll their eyes when I say it, but one of my most favorite activities to do in the winter is just watch snowfall, and especially watch it accumulate on trees. And there's nothing better than that heavy snow with little wind, and it's just coming down so hard and so heavy. And you can sit there and you can watch it accumulate. But more importantly, you can hear the silence. It's deafening. The only thing you hear is snow falling, and those are precious moments. Those are moments that you don't get all the time. We can run around and hit it hard every day, right? But if you're not stopping to enjoy the little things in life, you're gonna miss it. And that's the moment when our blood pressure goes down, our immune system strengthens, our brain activity decreases, and we can kind of come back into a normal existence, right? We're so far removed from nature and normalcy in a lot of ways that we tend to miss the subtle hints that our bodies and our surroundings are giving us if there's a problem. So slow down, try to absorb nature a little bit more. Autumn and winter is such a beautiful time to do that. And when you're doing that, you're acknowledging and embracing your yin. And so it just manifests even better and greater because you're shining light on something that needs light to begin with, right? So your acknowledgement is the light, and have fun, and and we'll get through the winter, and it'll be awesome, and we'll come out the other side stronger. And we're going to take care of our kidneys. So what can deplete kidneys? A few things. Overwork can just diminish your kidney energy. And so what you don't want to do is you just don't want to stimulate your kidneys, right? Too much caffeine can wreck your kidneys. It can wreck your adrenal glands. And so slowing down and nourishing your kidney energy is like it's the really the one of the best things you can do to keep your batteries charged, right? We don't want to run our batteries out. And it's so easy to do that. So and take some time. And I always tell people to take time. Take time here, take time there. But it's important in the winter because it's a time of yin, right? It's a time to go within. It's a time to think about ourselves and make plans. Make plans for the spring. So eat lots of cooked, warm soups and foods. Take that time. Eat easily digestible foods. Try not to eat the cold, raw foods during the winter. It's just, I mean, you can get away with it, but it's just not the best time to do that. Um, I encourage everyone, if you have questions, to call me, or email me, or text me, or pop on Facebook every once in a while and see what I've been doing. And eat warm, eat fat, slow down, meditate, relax, stretch. When you can, go outside, breathe that cold air. It's going to help acclimate you to the environment. If we're stuck inside for the next few months, that really cold snap that's going to happen in January or February when it drops below zero, it'll just really be hard on your body, because you haven't acclimated. So acclimate, spend some time in nature. And then when those big storms and those big cold fronts come through, you're okay. It doesn't knock you off your axis, you're okay. Um, Contact me, call me, I'd love to chat with you. Stay warm. Welcome to Yin. And I'll see you guys soon. Thank you.